What's up, folks? My name is Melvin, and welcome back. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you doing well. My goal for 2023 is to be more positive, to bring positivity onto not just myself, but for you guys watching. In fact, I recently released a video titled, "Let's Give It Up to Mr. Rogers," and it blew up over 1,000 views. So thank you so much for that. I'm glad to see a positive figure get people's attention. Before I start with the main topic, I just want to say that before I start with the main topic, I just kind of want to segue and kind of rant about my job for a little bit. There's a talkback feature on phones that are just horrible. They're just bad. I have not yet found a single customer that has wanted to utilize the talkback feature. But for certain phones, it is so easy to turn that feature on. And the reason why it is such a pain when it turns on is because it also changes how you maneuver on the OS. So you have to touch the screen twice for every little click you want to do. It is annoying and it doesn't tell you that properly. So whenever customers come in and I have to fix that issue, it's also a pain to maneuver and get around and turn it off. For some devices, it requires different like the settings, it's in different areas to turn off the talkback. So for anyone that's ever worked in a cell phone store, selling phones, or maybe working at tech support, you've probably have gone through this talkback feature. It is just one of the most annoying things on the planet. But anyways, we're going to go back to the main topic. So whenever I'm bored at work, I go to ChatGPT to get the brain flowing with talking points. My first talking point was, and this is a quote, "My goal today at work is to be more positive to make up for how many people complain at work." So yeah, it's at my job, there's a lot of things to complain about. And it's not just from coworkers, it's from the customers that come in as well. It's just not a perfect system that I work for. And I have to still be positive even when people come in to complain. So I just wanted to see what kind of ideas ChatGPT had for me. Okay, so here's the list. ChatGPT gave me a lot more, but I'm just kind of giving you the TLDR. So the first is just focus on the good. Now, something I try to do whenever it comes to focusing on the good is I will try to make a list of adjectives, So when I wake up in the morning, I say to myself that it's going to be a beautiful, fantastic, wonderful, exciting day. So right there, I only came up with 4, but I'll try to come up with 5 or 6 or 7. And it's something really simple, but it does 2 things for me. One, it helps me come up with new words to say so that I'm kind of building up my vocabulary. But 2, it's just that one extra little step into reminding myself that, yeah, it's a good day. I feel wonderful, amazing, fantastic, exhilarating, things like that. I try to remind myself in multiple ways that, yeah, today is going to be a good day. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fantastic, amazing. Now, at first, you're not going to notice much when you say that. You might actually get a little bit annoyed or frustrated when you do it. But trust me, if you keep working on it and you keep your positive mood up when saying those things, trust me, you're going to have a much better time and you're going to notice yourself feeling better when you say those things. The second thing that ChatGPT said was to be encouraging. And this is another thing I feel like people could either get frustrated on. It's actually something I've gotten frustrated on, something that coworkers have gotten frustrated on. So here's something that a coworker said recently, because yeah, I can't change my job. I can only change my attitude, But a coworker said, you can't lie to yourself, or you can't, I'm trying to remember how exactly he said it, But it's like, what's the point of lying to yourself? What's the point of pretending, you know? I don't want to pretend. I'd rather be honest with myself and say that I'm having a shitty day. And I think that's fair. That is a fair argument. And I think the reason is because, yeah, you want to express how you're actually feeling. But I also think you need to make an argument for why it's better to be positive, you know? You want to debate yourself. So, yes, you might have a lot of talking points for, yeah, I feel like shit today. I don't feel well. But I think you should also put just as much effort into saying why you can still have a good day, why you can still kind of go through the day, trying to be your best self, trying to feel better. Always try to find those arguments. Always try to find you want to be the optimistic person, And I understand that optimism has to be genuine. I totally understand that. And it just comes with time and it comes with practice. The third thing on the list that ChatGPT showed me was to show appreciation. I think this is very important. Especially in my line of field, I work with customer service. I work with customers who don't feel appreciated all the time. This is something I'm actually still working with because at my job, we are required to say thank you. And I tell them, I always tell my boss, like, it doesn't feel right if I'm saying thank you all the time to every single customer. It just starts to feel fake. It starts to feel like I'm pretending to, that stereotype, whenever you work with a customer service person who's always smiling, who never has a frown on their face, who's always trying to, I guess, do their job, but it feels like they're forced to rather than that's how they actually feel. So what my manager has told me, and again, I'm still working on it, so I don't know if it's like the best advice, but whatever, that's what he told me. He says the reason why it feels fake is because one, you're telling yourself that it's fake, and two, you don't believe it when you say it. If you don't want it to feel fake, you really have to start believing that you're thanking them for their service. Because if it's not for their service, you wouldn't have a job, That's why I get paid hourly, is to talk to these customers that have our services. So it's something I'm still working on, but I think it's really, really important to just, and I think we can start doing this with ourselves. I think maybe I should start saying thank you more, not only to you guys who watch the videos, but to me as well, someone who's, trying to put effort into this content. I know it's not great. I know it's not a fantastic content, but yeah, I do put effort into it. I do try to kind of give you guys some sort of structure. So, something, showing appreciation, I think really is important, but you do want it to be genuine. All right. Don't be like those fake customer service employees. You do genuinely want to thank customers for their service if you do work in that field. And then the last thing on the list was to be a good listener. I struggle when it comes to being a good listener. I get distracted easily. That's just my problem. I get distracted easily when customers list off a bunch of things that they want me to do for them or that we have to accomplish. It's hard. I should be writing stuff down, but I just don't write things down. So it is something that I struggle with on a regular basis, but it is something I am working on. Side note, whenever I talk to customers, I have this weird habit of shaking my head, nodding my head, and saying, So when I went to college for communication, I learned that you want to show the other person that you're attentive, that you're focused, that you are paying attention to what they're saying. And what they told me for advice was nodding my head and saying, Well, What I have learned is that some people absolutely hate it when you do that. Hate, like HATE, all capital letters. Some people just don't like that at all. And yeah, I don't know why, but yeah, now I've come to the habit of doing it. So whenever I'm interacting with those people who hate when I nod my head, I can't stop. It is crazy. And I do apologize because there's actually one more on the list, and it was be a problem solver. That one, it's very vague, so I really don't know. Kind of, my manager's way better at being a problem solver than I am. I think it's just being more proactive. So I think I just have to be more proactive when it comes to that. But the problem, I guess, at my job, and I guess it's kind of segueing the conversation, but the problem at my job is that when you're a problem solver, a lot of problems can get dumped on you. So when I look at this, be a problem solver, I think it should be my own issues and not necessarily at my job. Isn't it just great that there are so many simple things you can do to live a more positive life? Now, you might be saying, Melvin, this stuff is common sense, and I totally understand. It's easy to squawk at common sense, saying, Melvin, I already know to focus on the good. I already know to be encouraging, to show appreciation, to be a good listener, and to be a problem solver. Why do I need to hear this stuff again from you? Well, I will say that practice makes perfect, and hearing stuff over and over and over again can truly work wonders. I promise you that if you focus on the fundamentals, on the things that a lot of people neglect, you will skyrocket. You will get to the very, very top. But also remember that the goal for you isn't to be the best. It isn't to be in the top 10, and it isn't even to be in the top 100. All you got to do is be great. Being great is simply being better than good. Because if you do that, you'll be better than the majority. All right? Now, don't give me credit for saying that. I learned that from a YouTube channel called Charisma on Command. So definitely check them out. One more thing I would like to recommend, call it motivation, call it enthusiasm, but please start making positivity your superpower. You clicked on this video because you want more positivity on your life. I know I do. I struggle with it. It comes and it goes, and there are moments where I feel really positive and really great, but then there's other moments where I feel so down and just I don't know what to do with myself, and it sucks. It's so easy to get wrapped up into things that you feel like isn't deserving for you, that it feels out of place, you know? And I totally understand that. It's our brains just love causing havoc. Our lives love causing havoc. But remember this, all right? All the great, fantastic revolutions that have come from this planet all stem from ideas. That is where everything starts, okay? Revolutions have changed the world. They have changed how we see the world. They have changed just how everything is viewed. And it all started with an idea, all right? So never underestimate where an idea can take you and where you can succeed, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. I hope that positivity is spewing through you, okay? I hope I hope so. Or else why else am I talking? I don't know. Truly, truly, that's just where life is, you know? Anyways, thank you guys so much. You guys take care. Have a good one.